And we're live and
Hey,
recording.
folks. Happy Monday.
Hello, folks. And there's Melinda's on too. So
Yep.
And I see her. She's Boston.
And it's sunny and cold.
There's Tina.
Okay. And Carlos from California, greetings.
Yes.
So we usually take a couple of minutes to get started here, folks.
We do.
Because people will
invariably, for the first 5 minutes, people come on board.
Hello, Tina.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
There.
Sunny South Dakota.
Wow, cool.
We've got good sunshine here too in Fairfax.
Yeah,
Supposed to get up to like 60 today.
Oh my gosh.
And then like 70 by Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your bees are flying.
Yep.
Got to put up my box.
55 is the magic number, so yeah, you can get bees anytime.
So then what happens if it gets really cold again? What do the bees do?
Well, you go inside and cluster. As long as you're feeding them, they'll be okay. You put them in and feed them.
Because we're in a weird time of year where for the next 4 weeks or so, we'll be like 30 degrees, 70 degrees, 30 degrees, 70 degrees.
You don't have to rush. You can wait middle of April or so. Or shouldn't say that. Oh, well, yeah. 1st of April, middle of April. You'll be fine. And you'll have mostly nice days. But you'll be feeding them, so it's all right. You got to feed them sugar water when you establish a new colony. Like that. Put in a package, as they say. But that's why you're getting the Apame, because that comes with a feeder.
Perfect.
Yeah,
it is perfect. That's the first thing people get into is they get a hive, and then it's like, well, what kind of feeder am I supposed to use? And then it's a hassle. Apame, it's right there. It's easy to use. The bees like it. It works.
One-stop shopping, right?
It absolutely. I just talk bees again, but I just don't understand why they're not more popular. Well, the Apame's okay. I mean, but the smaller 7 frames are just so easy to deal with, and the bees like them. They're easy to. I mean, not that you can move bees around too awful much, but that is something to know. You can't move bees over a couple of feet a day.
What will happen?
They'll get lost and die.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
They have very specific ways of telling where they are, and they know right where the hive is. And so if you move it more than just a few feet, really just a couple of feet, they'll start getting lost.
They can't find their way back.
Yep, can't find their way back. So yeah, you can move them, but that's something nice about those smaller hives too, is you can do that. You say, I need to move this. Well, you go get you a couple of extra cinder blocks, put those over, close out the front of the hive, move it over, set it down, open it back up, and there you go. You know, turns out 2-3 feet of it day adds up pretty quick, especially in the backyard.
Why would you need to move the bees?
Yeah, sometimes they're flying and bothering somebody, or
Oh.
you put it in and you decided there's a sunny spot or something. For some reason, there's, that's the kind of stuff. Till you get something somewhere, you don't realize you'd rather have it somewhere else.
What it might, yeah.
And it's just one of those things. But but if you want to try to move the wooden ones, well, they're not connected together. The bottom board's separate from the middle of it. Yeah. They'll all fall apart on you. It's just
Aren't they heavier too, Kevin?
And they're heavier, and it's just a mess. So once again, like, these things are great. We're at 105.
We are.
Go on. Not a lot. We're cooking, but we'll go ahead. We got
enough peeps.
We keep talking about bees. I like bees.
Talking about what? Bees are a community.
Bees
How
are
to build
Speaking of a community,
the build the business.
nothing like a hive for your community, right?
right.
So, folks, anybody here, are you interested in this? Would be Carlos or Austin or Melinda? There's three, and I guess they'll be on the recording. But you can type in, "Are you interested in this online training as a business thing?"
Judy.
Says yes.
Okay, that was a big yes. Oh, cool. How about Melinda and Carlos?
Or you could just be.
Melinda's
Oh yeah, Melinda's. Yeah, Carlos. Yes, just try to see how the big guys do it.
The big guys do it.
That's
Yeah, the
right.
big guys. Well, we do it by building a community,
Yep, which you're already in.
which you're already in. And so
Guys.
it's something that people don't talk about a lot.
Yeah.
In that the first thing you'll hear in this business, well, I'll ask, you want to go online. So you want to go online, establish yourself online. What's the first thing that somebody is going to tell you to do? Now, I know Tina and Phil know the answer.
Yeah,
to
we're
this
not.
question.
Get a website.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
Austin gets the gold star.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, right. Get a website. Well, guess what? That's not the first thing you need to do.
Yep.
Because Austin, why is it that doing a website thing, can you imagine why it's not the first thing you need to do? I will tell you the answer.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah. Not sure. That's okay. Yeah, that's right. That's why you're here.
Right. You don't have a community.
Right.
Yeah. Somebody to go to the website.
You don't have anybody to send to your website.
How do they even know to come to your website?
Yeah.
I mean, you're basically building your website, several miles outside of town.
Right. In the desert.
Right.
It's not even on a road.
Or out on the prairie.
Right. It's just going to be sitting there all by itself. There's no traffic.
And it'll look nice. It'll look nice.
Sure.
Yeah, you can make it look great.
Yeah.
You got no way. And then you get into, I got to do Google AdWords, or I got to do Facebook advertising.
Yeah. SEO optimization.
And even if you do, they show up, and then so you get people to come to your website. And what are they supposed to do there?
Look around.
Yeah, look around.
Look at the pretty pictures.
And how long do they spend there, Tina? On average.
Click on
3
interesting
seconds.
stuff. Austin says they get to click on interesting stuff.
3 seconds. I don't know. I don't know the answer.
I would say even less than that.
Yeah.
Some don't get that much, folks. No, they really don't. And so this is one of the big things. I mean, we're just giving you this information that's not the way to start.
No.
There's a huge industry of website building things that want you to build a website.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But that's not what you need first.
No.
You literally don't even need a website to get started.
No.
None at all. Don't need to waste your time. And the problem is people will come take a quick look at your website and they are gone. You, on the other hand, you think, my stuff is so cool.
Yeah.
I am sure people will hang around on
They're
this
going to
website and read my stuff. It is so
They
fascinating.
captivated for hours.
Right. And I'm sorry, not the way it works. They don't do that.
Just look at your own behavior,
They
folks.
just come, glance at it, and they're off.
Off you go.
Where people spend time is Facebook and places like that, where they'll scroll and look at kitty cat
Yep.
pictures and
And
stuff.
post pictures of themselves and their friends.
Post their selfies or whatever and do stuff. And so, not that we're saying build a business on Facebook. Don't do that either.
Nope.
But people don't hang around. They go to websites for a reason.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They go there for a reason. They got something they want to
You
do.
don't want to get stuff.
They want to get stuff. They go to Amazon to buy something. They go to the whatever. They go there to do something. They don't really surf around. So that's what. So the first thing you need to do is So if we haven't taught you anything else, Carlos, Austin, and Melinda, don't worry. If you already have a website, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's fine.
But it's not what you need to do first. Okay.
Yep.
So we got a slideshow that we go through. What are some
you
points
also
that
don't have to build a course first.
Oh, no,
I've been seeing a lot of that. People think they need this whole big course to launch to sell.
Oh, really?
Yes, that I've been running around on the, course building things,
Yeah.
and people think you need this whole huge course to offer before you can launch.
Yeah, they call that
And that's
product
not-
launch.
They call it what, Phil?
A product launch.
Yeah.
The product
Yeah.
launch formula.
Right.
Ooh, I know that.
And
Right.
you could spend lots of money on the product launch formula.
Lots of time, too.
And time.
Yeah.
Building a product that, and I'm going to be honest with you folks, it probably won't sell one.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you imagine, Phil,
Yeah.
that the actual modal, that means the most frequently occurring number of sales on those things, is 0.
I think so. I think
I
you're
bet you so.
that's pretty close.
And followed closely by 1 or 2.
Yes.
And it's not. It's once again,
Yeah.
there's an old saying, putting the cart before the horse. And the build a website, build a product, do all this kind of stuff, you're putting the cart before the horse. We are biggies on getting the horse out front. And so we're going to show you about that. So they have, okay, so here you go. So let's say that you wanted to get into this business and you already had a supportive community who would support your online business.
Mm-hmm.
And the person says, I can work what I want and play what I want. They're just saying that just to twist you. Would you want such a community? So would you want a community of people that would support your work?
What do you think, folks?
And this is for you haven't built anything.
Yeah.
What do you think? Definitely.
Oh, we
right.
got some definitely's. Yeah.
That, our friends, is the horse.
Right.
That's the horse. The community's the horse. You got to do the community first. And then when you have the supportive community, then the business side will show up. And the cool thing about community is, like, if you're, for whatever reason, you don't really need business, well, you still got a community. Nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's sort of nice. So yeah,
Nice thing.
it's very nice. So the other way around, you can feel awfully lonely. So what do? We help you use what you already know to build a community that results in your profitable and sustainable online information business. Tina, why is it profitable and sustainable?
Well, because you show up and you do it over and over again, and then you make some money
With a community.
with the community.
It has a community. That's why.
And they expect you.
Right.
They hold you accountable and they keep you coming.
Oh, yeah, they keep you coming. So it's
Yeah.
really cool.
And
This
they
is-
give you more. They tell you more of what they want.
Oh, yeah, because once
And
you
then
have
you
the
get to generate
community-
more stuff.
Right. So now, as Phil was talking about, the product, it's Tina. Well, if you have a community, they're going to tell you what they want.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when you build a product, you're guessing.
Yeah.
It's like throwing darts, folks.
Right. You don't want to guess. You want to have the community inform you.
And since you're using what you already know, it's something that maybe interests you a little bit.
Yep.
And you get to turn around and learn and grow yourself, and then turn around and offer more.
Yep.
And then it becomes even more of a sustainable little loop.
Yeah, we can do it. What's the lowest number that we've heard of, Phil? It's
What, smallest viable audience?
smallest viable audience.
Well, that's out of Seth Godin, right? And with Seth Godin, and he's a thought leader, entrepreneur, et cetera, et cetera. He says 1,000 people will sustain you. If you can get 1,000 people, that's your smallest viable audience, and you can go and do whatever you want with 1,000 people.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yep.
And he's right. But I've been around this. I've been at it since 1998, folks. So I'm at 23 years. So
Yes, that also means you don't need 10,000 or 20,000.
nope.
That's another myth that I have to have a bazillion people.
You need 1,000.
Small, viable audience that's interested in your community.
Exactly. So, anywho's, we have. This is a list of folks that we've worked with.
Yes,
and more,
and growing,
And moms.
and moms.
We added mom.
Yes.
We added moms in one day. BCBA, psychologists, counselors, coaches, consultants, speakers, attorneys. We've done all of them and more.
We don't have teachers on there. We got to throw them in there.
We've had teachers. They
must have fallen. They kind of
they fell off.
They're there.
I think when I had to go to 2 colleges,
right.
They somehow disappeared. We'll go ahead and put them in here like this. They just won't have an arrow there. How's that?
They got their own special category there.
They got a special thing. Teachers and moms. Okay.
Yep.
What would your life look like if you could start a community building process that turns into a business? It turns into a business. I'm going to go on. How to create all that. It's a lot easier than you think. Yeah, we're going to show you how to do it. We're literally going to show you how to do it. Aren't we, Tina?
Tina's refreshing. She couldn't hear us right now.
Okay. So we're going to show you exactly how it
we are. And she's back. Can you hear us now, Tina? Hello?
Apparently not.
Having audio difficulties. Okay.
Why stick around? Because Kevin likes honeybees.
Right.
It's sticky and all that. I have a honeybee channel. Simple, sustainable beekeeping. It's what we name it? The art of being. Yeah, being. It's fun, but it's also it's simple, sustainable beekeeping. What makes this Crowdcast different? We're not selling you anything. We're literally going to tell you how to do it. That's what makes it different. If you're struggling to get freedom that you want, maybe you're one of these people. Are you struggling to get the freedom that you want in your life? You're working too many hours. You're close to burnout, and you wonder if the only way to hit your income goals is to work harder. You got the chat, Phil. Anybody like that?
Yeah. What do you think, folks? Has anybody been there and done that, or maybe trying to get it? Yes. Austin says yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here we go. Are you overwhelmed by the technology that's involved today with online marketing, like Facebook, Twitter, and others? Have you feeling like you're falling behind? And you're sick and tired of wasting your time trying to get money out of insurance. Oh, we added that in for the psychologist.
Yeah. I'm getting behavior analyst. Anybody that's got a business where you're, getting.
You got to try to get money out of them darned insurance companies.
Yep.
And they really, really, really don't care about you.
Yep. They really don't.
So, and here's another one. Do you feel stuck because you aren't getting paid what someone with your training and education is worth? Is anybody? I'm over here with the big PowerPoint window, so I can't see the chat.
Yep. I'm watching.
Okay.
What do you think? Are you being paid what you're worth, according to your level of education and expertise and what you have to offer? Austin says no.
Nah.
Yeah.
It happens. It definitely happens. And so you just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to tell you.
Yeah. We're not going to leave you hanging like the guy on the end of the road there.
And of course, you're not living the life that you aspire to. Okay. The awesome news, if it feels like you can reframe just a little bit. See, the real problem and the stuff that's getting in your way, folks, is your lower left stuff. We'll get to that in just a second. So, right, Phil?
Right now we're in the lower left, but we're going to position ourselves somewhere else.
Yeah, Crowdcast so conveniently always sticks us into.
I know.
Yeah, Tina's gone away.
She keeps trying to refresh. She's having some audio
issues. She's having troubles, huh?
Yeah. It's all right. Well,
Here we are. We're big now.
we're gonna move along, and Tina will hopefully catch up with us.
We're going to do a couple of loops, folks.
I think it's that time, Kevin.
And so let's do them.
There we go.
Lower right hand side. Who's important to you? We'll go pretty quick here.
Yep.
I can. I'll put in my wife.
Austin going with the family.
I'm going with my wife.
Family, wife. I'm going to say today, I'm going to say son.
Son. There we go.
Anybody else got one? Wife and son.
Pets. Oh, of course, pets.
With the pets.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oftentimes put in here is honeybees.
Honeybees.
Important time of year for honeybees. Now we're going to swing over to the lower left really quick and talk about
Friends,
yucky
kids,
stuff.
teachers. Yes, Belinda, cool.
Yes, we're going to talk about yucky stuff like fear. Doesn't feel good, so it's yucky. Melinda says worry. Worry is yucky. We all like worry.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. You wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Lack of time.
Time, uncertainty.
Man, Melinda, you're killing me. Uncertainty. That's awful. Yes. Oh, Tina's back. We'll try her out here.
All right.
Okay. Perfectionism. Ooh, that shows up, huh? You got to make it perfect.
Can you guys?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Can you not hear us still?
Maybe I don't know. We'll keep going. Now in the
Moods, Austin says. Okay, moods, right? Yep.
Oh.
Not the warm and fuzzy ones.
I bet not. We're in the lower left.
Oh, we didn't have fear up here. I just put fear. I like fear of, and then I just do the fill in the blank.
Fear of, yeah.
Fear
Fear of failure is pretty popular.
Sorry, guys. I somehow muted sound only for Crowdcast.
Oh.
Which I didn't know was a thing.
All right. You did that.
There's a little tiny icon up in the browser bar.
Oh, you discovered it.
You can mute. I must have somehow clicked it on accident.
Oh, okay, well, that's interesting to know.
So you can mute just for, sorry about that. So we're going to go ahead and put some, technology issues over there in the lower left.
Oh, technology issues.
Okay.
Fear of technology issues.
We'll swing up to the upper left, have a little fun up there, and say, well, we'll talk about the number one most popular thing. Since fear is sort of the top thing in the lower left, guess what people do in response to the yucky feeling of fear?
Who got it?
I got it. I get it. Go for a long drive. I'll go for the slightly.
Oh, my car, travel far.
I'll go for the slightly.
And I'm thinking in South Dakota, you can really travel far. Yeah.
Non-technical run, but we can take drugs and alcohol. Now we're already getting into the wine and wine.
Wine.
That's my favorite.
Okay.
All kinds of
Cruise YouTube. Oh, yeah.
That's wonderful.
In the car, we'll cruise YouTube. Yeah. Save gas. Cruise YouTube, right?
All kinds of cool stuff to see on YouTube. You betcha.
Cruise YouTube.
Got it. Okay. And of course, in the upper right, you can do stuff. That you hopefully you plan for it to move you toward who's important to you. So I like simple stuff, like talk. I can talk to my wife. It works. But you can do other stuff. What other stuff might?
Yeah,
Plan events with the family. There we go.
Plan events.
That's a fun thing to do. Toward thing to do.
Play.
Play is great. Let's put some hugs in there. I put hugs.
That never gets old. Hugs.
Hugs don't get old. No.
Something for your pet.
Yes,
for your pet, folks.
All kinds of fun stuff.
Walk the pets.
Fuck the pets.
Feed them. They like to stay alive.
They do. Oh yeah, feed them. Feed them. Do we have that in there? Feed them.
Oh, got it. Feed the bees.
I'll put them in there. Feed them.
Feed the bees.
Feeding the bees is very important.
I'm putting that in.
If you know what you're doing.
Feed the bees and the babies.
Feed,
Everybody likes to eat.
just feed the bees. Just the bees, right? The bees.
So the other day, Tina asked me, what should I plant for the bees?
Feed the bees.
So I gave her the bees' favorite food.
Yep.
Dandelions.
Yeah, we got tons of them on our lawn.
Which apparently is not many lawn owners or homeowners' favorite thing.
No,
No,
always,
not if
always-
they want that beautiful, pristine green lawn. They do not want
declare
to.
war. They declare war on the dandelions.
In my yard, I cultivate them. Love the dandelion because I have bees.
Embrace the dandelions.
Embrace it. Right, I call them grass. That's called a reframe.
Yep.
Clover too, you said, and clover is such an easy.
You got a big patch of clover and dandelion.
Yeah.
That last year was cool.
You did. They're great. They love it.
All right. So
Okay, we're good. So now we're going to do no, we're not. Sorry.
No,
We're
we're not.
going to take a break and we're going to say, hey, you think you might have the opportunity to notice all of that stuff in the next week or so? Like notice who's important to you, notice your yucky stuff, notice your away moves, and notice your toward moves. All right. We got some
Yes.
yeses. Me too. I think I can do that too. Now we're going to do a shared purpose loop.
you sure are.
Looks a lot the same, except we say, what's our shared purpose?
Different
We
question.
already have a shared purpose. It's in the title.
We told you what we're here for.
We'll do what
We don't leave you hanging, folks.
how to build an online community that builds the business. So we're gonna show you how to build an online community. So that's our shared purpose. What's other people's shared purposes? Nobody has any building an online. Oh, that's
Okay,
good.
so he's with us. Austin's got
Yeah.
similar shared purpose. Disrupt traditional education. Oh, for a man after my own heart. I
we talk about that a lot, Carl.
I disrupted myself right out of education. As well.
Here, I'll give the famous work-life balance.
There you go.
Let's do the work-life. We'll have a shared purpose of figuring out a
That will
work.
disrupt traditional education too.
Yeah.
Work-life balance.
Traditional education, you're supposed to produce slaves, right? Or at least
Sit down, shut up, and do your work is the
Right.
motto.
making time for
Time
the truly
freedom.
important things. There we go. Exactly. Time to give back.
I put in time to give back.
Tell you what, folks, I've been at this a long time. And there's the word time. Time's the biggie.
Yep. Time is something that you don't get back.
People suck you in with, oh, you can make $1 million.
Yep.
And what your brain is doing is thinking, oh, look how much free time I'll have if I have $1 million. I swear that's it. It's the free time. Time freedom. Called time freedom. We talk about. Okay, so we have that.
Yep.
So,
we do.
is there any yucky stuff that might show up and get in the way of accomplishing these? Or not even just getting started. We're doing this stuff.
Beginning.
Time.
Fine, there it is.
There it is. It's already there. Lack of time, right?
Time not enough.
Not enough time. Yep. Not enough time shows up. And it's a horrible pressure to have, feeling like you don't have enough time. Yeah. I'm gonna put fear in there because I've been around this block a lot of times, folks, and fear shows up over there.
Yeah, that don't.
Doesn't just go away.
Saving. Oh,
Savings won't go far enough.
that's a fear. Fear that my savings won't go far enough. Right. Imposter syndrome shows up.
I just put. Oh yeah. Oh, we've been all over that one lately.
Mhm.
What will I have for retirement? That's another fear. Fear that I won't have enough for retirement. Yep.
You'll have to work forever.
Yep. I plan on working forever.
Well,
See, I have a strange problem. I enjoy what I do. So
I don't think that's something people can wrap their brains around.
because we're working when we want and we're playing when we want.
Yeah.
That's the trick.
Yeah, fear of losing current level of stability. So there's all the fear.
Yeah. Lots of fears. All the fears.
Yeah. Notice it's fear. You can put fear in front of a whole lot.
Yeah, that's why I like the fear of in the blank.
Fear of blank.
We could spend a lot of time on that one.
On the upper left, so what do? Come on, now we're talking about building an online community. So guess what you do in response to
Easiest thing to do.
fears and stuff.
From your uncomfortable stuff.
When it comes to this stuff. Put it
Put
out
it out of your mind.
That's a nice way of avoiding it.
Yeah.
So that's one. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Well, oh yeah. Never start. Exactly. Just don't do it. Stay with what's comfortable.
Don't start.
Stick with it. Stick with what's comfortable. And the other
Comfortable.
The other, and this is because you can Google everything, is that's analysis for out there, is just research and analyze it some more and research it some more and analyze it some more and research it some more. And it became known as analysis paralysis. So
I know you could take courses on online business building.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Buy a course to build a course.
That's right.
And you have to pay $5,000 for it.
Oh. Ooh. That, I don't want to do that.
Don't do that, folks. Don't do that. Don't. We're telling you, don't do that. So, because, by the way, we're saying don't do that because they won't teach you how to build a community.
They won't.
No.
You get a bunch of videos and a lot of things to read.
And the community, it's people, customers who drive any of this stuff. Those are the horses. I mean, literally, we are the horses. Myself included. We're the ones who buy things. That's what's going to pull your business along. And they're very obtuse in how you're going to do it. We're not going to be obtuse at all. We're going to show it to you in a second. So in the we'll do our list in the upper right. We can do it. We have a list.
Here we go.
We got 5. Is this our 5 steps?
We got 5 things.
We got 5 things.
We got 5 things for you to do. And guess what? If you talk to us in a month, we'll have the same 5. It's not going to be any different.
Probably. It's been working, though.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's what we do.
Because we do it every day. We even do it on Saturdays and Sundays.
We do.
Okay. So the first thing that we would have gotten out of the way is, and that's sort of it's not one of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, it's
off to its own. It's you get a broadcasting Crowdcast. So you're already members of Crowdcast. You'd go down to settings, and when you hit settings,
you can go right to
it's going. You can just sign up for the minimum one, and that's 5 broadcast hours. That's all you need to start.
That'll get you started.
That gets the process started, and it's super easy to move up when you need more. But that gets you started and lets you do what we're about to tell you what to do. So it's $29 a month, I think, for the minimum.
Yeah, even less if you went for a yearly, but you can pay by the month, which is very nice.
That's your decision. Whatever. It's not $5,000.
No,
notice it's a whole lot less than that.
It's a couple of cups of coffee a month.
Right. It's really low cost, and you'll see it an extraordinarily valuable service. It's gonzo valuable service. So that's it. So that's off to the side. So now that you got that, it's like, okay, what the heck do I do with it? Oh,
well, We're going to tell you.
We're glad you asked.
Oh, I have my Crowdcast. How do I work this thing?
Now, at this point, you're going to bebop over on the Facebook. And you're not going to be looking for kitty cat pictures and stuff.
And you're not going to be posting your own.
And don't post your kitty cat pictures.
Don't post kitty cat pictures. No, you don't.
Go down that rabbit hole.
Unless you wanted to teach people about kitty cats.
Oh, well, yes.
Then
Yeah,
have a blast.
okay,
Have a
but-
blast with that. Then. Yeah.
It's okay, but you're going to go to Facebook groups. We're not even the slightest bit funny about this.
Nope.
You're going to go to
Really serious.
You're going to go to groups, Facebook.
Yeah, don't even pay attention to your feed.
No.
bypass that.
I've discovered this is a great way to almost never see your feed.
Mhm.
You just go straight to the groups that you manage, and you never see them. It's great. But in this case, you're going to go into groups and you're going to search groups. Now we can't tell you what to search for, but it's something you already know something about that you think you might maybe have a chance of making a business.
And if you know something about it, there's a group of people out there who know something about it too.
Exactly.
Or want to know something about it.
Well,
Or you could back up it and not even say that you think you could make a business doing, but you think that there's people who might join you to be in a community about it.
Build your
could be
community.
a community about something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just anything, knitting, crochet, beekeeping, horses, dogs, cats, music, and then you split it up between guitar, piano, ukulele, kazoo, or maybe a kazoo group. I know.
Yeah, it's songwriting, you know.
Yeah, songwriting. The list just goes
Brass
on.
whistling.
Yep. This goes on and on and on, and you go look at the groups, and you look at them long enough, and you find that looks like worthy of a community of folks. Now, we would say, since we've put business in the title, that you would be thinking in your head, well, there might be a business in there somewhere. I might be doing online training in doing that. And so somehow, some way, there may be a business in it. Great. And so now you have a possibility of doing that. So there, and now you just did something very significant, folks. What did you do that nobody else teaches you? We just gave you several $1,000s worth of information.
Free.
We just gave it to you, the people on with us. We're not even kidding about that, because we gave you something other courses don't give you. Yeah, well, Austin,
Thanks.
so what do you now? But in Austin, in order for you to really use that, you need to know what we just taught you. What did we just give you? And it's amazing that more people don't do this, in my opinion. Jasmine's on. Maybe she knows. Maybe Carlos knows how to find people you want to find. Exactly.
You got it.
That's where they are. And
That's where our
plus,
tribe is, folks.
and you're verifying there's an interest in your topic.
Right.
That's what you're doing. You're verifying. And of course, the years before Facebook, this was hard to do, but not with Facebook. No.
Nope.
The groups are there. They've already been established. And they're there. And you're not joining the groups yet. You're just searching for them and seeing what shows up. To go over to Facebook sometime and type in anxiety.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
put anxiety in groups and see what shows up.
You will be amazed.
There's going to be a long list
Yep.
of stuff that shows up. That's a mental health thing. But go try knitting. You're going to see a lot of groups. Fishing, you're going to see a lot of groups. But all of these topics where you can see, and it's your audience, it's your community. And so there's people online that could be a member of your community. Why do I say online?
Yeah.
Well, there may be a lot of offline knitters. There may be a lot of offline fishermen. And I'm trying to start an online training business.
You see the problem, folks?
There's a real problem.
There's a disconnect there. Yeah?
Right. So Facebook, they're online. By definition, they're online. They're on Facebook.
They're already there.
Right. They're right there. So you're
Searching.
finding, and inside of there is your community. They're in there now. So you can go get them. So it's very valuable. And we do this every day. We just basically go look at that stuff every day. Seeing.
Yeah, awesome. It is pretty awesome. It really is.
But not for a long time. We don't spend
There you go.
hours on hours searching Facebook.
Right.
We don't do that.
No, we just bop over there and look real quick and come back out.
Yeah, so you're right, Austin. You belong to a counselor group, school
Yeah.
counselors. That's it.
Oh, go type in counselor.
You know,
Yep.
do that.
You're there.
Go
You'll be
type
really
in
amazed and see what they're struggling with, right? And you know yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
And so,
You probably know what school counselors struggle with.
so they're over there, and the reason we say go in and out, you don't want to get stuck there,
No.
but you just want to get this idea of who's there and who you think you'd like to work with.
Right.
Okay. And you're there. So now I'm going to go to my fishing analogy.
Okay. We're going fishing now.
You got to go fishing. So you've just gone over and you found fish. There they are. I can see them, but they're 10, 15 feet underwater. And now how do you catch the fish?
How do you get their attention?
How do you catch them? So really, if you go to a lake and there's no fish in the lake,
Lure them, Austin.
Austin says lure that.
to lure them.
He's
Right.
with us, Kevin. He's with us now.
Austin's quick. Austin's
Yeah, pick it up.
you got to
You've been
lure
fishing.
them. Okay, and
So
so
missed a time or two.
remember, folks, we had you set up a Crowdcast channel. Guess where you want to lure them to?
Okay, Austin, where you luring them fish?
Well, this is a toughie. You want to spend your 20
Bring them to where?
or whatever on a Crowdcast channel, and now you're marking around.
Yeah.
You wanna
He's
zoom-
got it.
And you've already built that sucker.
Yeah.
They're here. That's it. It's already there.
You want them to come over to
Yes,
your
you're doing the come here.
and the way you do that is with a title. And there's where that's what the number 2 thing is you're now going to write a title for your very first Crowdcast in the upper right of our matrix here. You're going to write a Crowdcast title. And in your thinking, it's a title that if I put in front of those people, and never mind how you might get it in front of them. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
If I could get it in front of those people, would they click on it? They would say, yes, to know that information.
Yes.
That's the lure.
Well, they feel
So
compelled to click.
it's called compel the click, how to compel them to click.
Or you could go lowbrow and say urge.
Right.
Urge.
Or whatever. But it's like, so it's a lure, right? So
There it is. Dangling
like
out there.
there's fish down there and I put a bicycle tire down there. And they go, fish really aren't into bicycles.
No, they're not. They're not.
No, they're really not. And you're probably not catching any fish with those bicycle tires. So you don't want to do that. You want to write a title that attracts the people. And of course, if you found knitting people, you're not going to write titles about fishing. You're going to write titles
Don't do that.
knitting. You're going to write titles that bring them out of Facebook and over onto your Crowdcast channel. Why Facebook? Because that's where you know where they are. You've already
They've
determined
gathered.
they're there.
You found them.
They're there.
Verify. They were fishing.
I'm not fishing in an empty lake, in a fishless lake.
Yeah, right.
I am fishing in a place where there's fish. So my only trick is to find the right lure, the right title that will then pull them over. And so your next step is to write a Crowdcast title that's a good lure, that compels people to click and come on over and see your stuff. That's where the schools are, exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
The schools of fish. Okay. So once you have the title done, and you're very proud of yourself,
You're on it, Austin.
now you're in Crowdcast, so you gotta put a picture in, and you gotta do some other housekeeping stuff to set up your very first Crowdcast. It is going to be the same all the time, but you're going to create a Crowdcast, which includes the title, but it also includes a picture and a couple other little housekeeping things, but not a lot.
Date, time, picture.
Oh, I forgot the time. Oh,
Yeah, make sure you put it. It won't let you create it without the date and the time.
Yeah, you got to have the date and time.
Make sure you're available at the date and the time.
Yeah, that would be really a good idea.
Because you want to actually show up for these things. You know, there's a lot of clickbait out there, and then it promises you things that don't actually happen. You want to build a community. You want to schedule it at a time and then show up.
Yeah, if you say Monday at 7, you better show up Monday at 7.
Yeah.
You
have to be there. Yes, you have to be there.
You do have to show up for your Crowdcast.
Yeah. The community will slowly run away from you if you don't actually show up. Yeah.
Well, if it's your first Crowdcast, you'll never have them in the first.
Yeah, it won't be
there.
Make sure you show up.
Make sure you show up, and then so that's one. So you're going to now before though. You got it all set up. You got the date and time and all. You got your title. Now, Crowdcast makes that very easy for you to now post your Crowdcast event. They're called events over to Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn are the three very low-hanging fruit because Crowdcast has 3 buttons. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn.
Yeah. You don't even have to leave Crowdcast.
Right from your page.
You just click on the button. And then you go right over there and you can post them. In Facebook, if you know a little bit about it, you could post it to your own timeline. You can post it to your feed, or you can go inside to a page that you manage or a group that you can post into. It's right there. It's all right there. You don't have to go anywhere. It's all right there. And so Twitter, LinkedIn, might as well open up accounts and put them everywhere. You know?
Yep. Post them up.
They're all free. So just
don't cost you anything.
And go on about your business. And there you go. So you now have posted it over to Facebook. And now you anxiously await if anybody's clicking on your stuff to come sign up to your Crowdcast.
Crowdcast at the numbers down there as they grow.
Yeah, in the lower right, there's people on, and you'll then you get into addictive things.
Yeah. This thing called checking.
And then you're gonna go check, and you're gonna look.
Well, it's fun. It's like that Family Guy. Is it Family Guy where he's walking around and he's like, "Ooh, piece of candy."
Yeah.
Piece of candy. Like, it's like, oh, another one.
Oh yeah.
Another one.
So you'll have that going. And if you get 0, well, guess what? You more than likely don't have a compelling title.
Right.
That's probably
checking behavior then kicks in. Yeah.
That's right.
Checking the behavior. It does.
Yeah.
One of the things.
If a few days go by and you got no clicks, go change your title.
Guess what? Crowdcast totally lets you change the title.
Before, during, and after, you could just change it and go put it back out.
And post it again.
Put a different lure on, Austin.
Yeah, we've done this 2 times where our title wasn't working. We just give it a new title and post it again.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Not a problem. And it's so a lot of people, oh my God, the title's going to exist forever. No, it only exists as long as you leave it there. You can
Yep.
change it all you want. It's really cool. And then you change it and play around with it till you get it working, till you get the title working. And then, of course, finally, the day of your Crowdcast comes. You have an audience, and you do your Crowdcast.
You do the Crowdcast.
Oh, you got to do it.
This is where you got to do it.
Yeah.
Now you finally arrived. You can't hide. You can't run. You got to do
You
it.
really need to show up and do your Crowdcast. Like we are.
Your community is waiting for you.
They're there, and you show up and do it.
Yep.
And then now you're done. Phew, that was great.
Really?
Everything's all good.
Oh, here's
Guess
the best.
what?
Here's the best
Guess
part.
what you do now?
Go ahead. What do you think you do now?
You don't have to sign up to to Crowdcast. You already did that.
Oh, we
Yeah.
did that step. All right.
Right back to Facebook.
There you go.
There you go. Do session.
You
You
go to
got it.
Facebook and you do a little more.
Right back up.
Around. You look at the fish some more. You try and learn what they're interested in.
Yep.
There you got it.
Yeah.
And then you create another title. And then you do it those 5 steps. It's called wash, rinse, repeat. You just keep doing that. It is fun. And this is how you build a community. This is how you do it. We're not saying that you do that cycle once and you have a big old community. No, we're not saying that at all. But we are saying if you keep playing with it, you'll start getting people. You'll figure it out. You'll figure out the titles that work, and you'll have the right places to post it. And you'll start picking things up. And notice we didn't say buy advertising. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, Facebook, if you're putting a title up in groups and it's working, Facebook will tell you, hey, this thing that you're doing is working. And then
do more like this.
Yeah, it'll say do more like
actually, it's basically saying do more of this. And at that point, you can do something that's called boost your post. For $5 or $10, you can put it in front of several thousand more people. And that's the only advertising we ever talk about doing, really, is find a post, a link, a title that's working, and then boost it. Because other than that, you're just throwing money out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Throwing darts in the dark.
Darts, right? You don't want to do that. But if Facebook tells you, "Hey, this title's working," pay attention to it. And if you want more business, and Phil and I know this, it's only $5, $10, $15, $20. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, not much. Yeah.
Yeah, you can set the limit, and it'll, if you say I only want to spend $10, then it'll say, well, you could reach this many people for this many days, or this. You can play around with the numbers, but
yeah, and they're not even lying to you.
it's not. Yeah.
That's how Facebook makes money.
Yeah.
You can fault them, like them, or don't like them, but it works. But
Yeah.
notice you don't do that until you find a title that works. So you're going to keep doing this cycle until you find a title that
Gotta
works.
have the right lure.
Right. And then once you have the right lure, then you might want to boost it some on Facebook and pay for it. That's it. And so that's how you do it. Now, we do this a lot. And guess what? We help lots of people do this.
Yeah.
And if you might be interested in us helping you through this process, hey, guess what? There's a really nice green button over here. And you can click a call with us. Well, actually, we're now going to do it on Crowdcast with you. We'll show you around this, and we'll help you even more with your strategy.
Yeah.
Some clarity on what you want.
How to use that green button down there.
Yeah. Because it is fun to build a community and then build and grow with them.
When I think of the business, I will click on the
green button. You don't need. We will help you. That's why it's business clarity. We will help you.
Click on the button. Let us help you.
Yeah.
Right.
We're really good at helping people figure out what they already know.
Yeah. Right now, you don't need to think of the business.
No, you don't need to. That's what we will help you with.
just have a conversation with them.
Yep.
We like to put it this way: the business will appear.
Right.
Yes.
It will appear.
Yeah.
Stuff will happen.
Stuff will happen.
That's our
We have a habit of drawing 2 lines and then talking to people and sorting things out and coming up with something.
And we come up with stuff.
We're really good at it.
It's a lot of fun. And right now we're in the business. So schedule the time with us. Anybody on or anybody, we leave that button up.
Yep.
I mean,
There's times available.
If you're listening to the recording or something later on, click on the button. Do it. We can get a lot of fun out of doing the
it's fun.
Oh yeah, you'll definitely walk away with something with that call.
Yeah.
So we do them, and it's just a lot of fun. And you get started in this, and you'll say we have a community of people working with us who do this, and they have a lot of fun with it.
Right.
And they even make money at it, which is, of course, if you want to do a business, you got to make money. So what we haven't got today is what comes later is monetizing. It's
right.
Monetizing, but that's later, and that's an individual thing. There's a lot of different ways to monetize.
Shows up, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. First, it's getting that process down.
Getting that process down. That's the most important. Monetizing won't show up
without this.
Yes, that's true.
It's not going to.
Stuff will just grow down here. This stuff will just grow.
It doesn't just come out of the sky.
Yeah.
No, well, that's basically
or grow on trees. There's no money.
What the internet folks are basically saying to you.
I can't keep plants alive.
You'll start making
the money does not come from trees.
They'll say you'll start making money and then you'll grow a community.
Yeah.
And no, it doesn't work that way. No. And your community is really going to dictate how you make money at it.
Yeah.
It really is. So we don't know that, but we'll certainly help you figure it out. Even on the
and once you've got a process down to do it, you could make it bigger. You could duplicate it. You could make it. It's
scale it any way you want.
Yep, you can do whatever you want with it. Yeah. So if you wanted a real big thing, you could. If you just want,
and if you just want to have a side hustle, you can do that too.
Yeah. If you want enough to go get a manicure,
you could literally sell the business if you wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Once you've got it, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually an existing business. You could sell it to someone. Yeah. So there's lots of things you can do with one of these, but first you need a community.
Yep.
Coming to Crowdcast. Why do you need them to come to Crowdcast? Because people don't buy stuff.
Hi, Whitney.
All right, Whitney. Yeah, schedule.
People don't buy stuff really well over on Facebook. That's why.
No.
That is not a great place for it.
Nah, it's right.
I will tell you right now, the other reason is you just don't want to do it all over there, is you won't have the folks' email addresses.
Right. And I was Kevin and Phil taught me about building an online business is that the first kind of secret, it's not a secret, but just unknown, I think, is you've got to build an email list. You have to collect email addresses, and Crowdcast does that automatically for you.
We didn't mention that today because it's done automatically. So
right.
Yeah.
You don't think about it, right? It's offering. Yeah. I don't believe in reinventing the wheel. I'm having my first workshop this week. I would love to use.
Oh yeah, totally, Whitney. Yeah. Crowdcast.
Oh, 100% too, Whitney. We started out.
Yeah, we can't tell you enough reasons why Crowdcast is the way to go. Like it's just we need two more hours just to actually we've got other webinars back on the Matrix page about why you should use, but yes, bars above.
And Whitney, Zoom is the reason why we came to Crowdcast. Just to put it to you that way.
Zoom's a nice service.
But there's nothing bad about it.
It doesn't do what Crowdcast
doesn't do what this does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
The price is like.
Whitney, click on the green button.
Come talk to us.
See, we have fun.
Yeah.
What we sell is fun, folks.
Do you have any over who you are?
We have literally for a good time call us.
Yeah, right.
Wow, we did change that. Did we ever change it back?
Yeah.
Carlos, if you look,
Go all the way back.
click up in the right corner. It says follow. And then next to that, it says Matrix Talk. Click on that Matrix Talk, and there's tons of webinars.
100 and something or another.
Yeah.
110 or
And then I'm doing one tomorrow night. If you guys, can I plug this in here?
Sure.
Go right
You go
ahead.
to my
Plug it in the
Crowdcast.
chat.
Go to crowdcast.io/Tina Long. Tomorrow night at like 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, I'm doing a free webinar on how to become a profitable CEU provider, because that's what I do. But be talking more about why this is so much fun.
Yeah.
And I think it, like, watching, we've had this conversation, the three of us, watching people grow their own thing is like so magical.
Cool.
It's the coolest thing to watch people come up with their own stuff, put it out there, experience it, build it, and come back and go, whoa, I did this, or, you know, this worked, or whatever. That's
a real rush for it.
Yeah, it is.
Addictive is the word.
By the way, a difference when working with us is we're here. We don't go.
Yeah.
And you're dealing with us.
You're not going to get a phone call and a scratchy voice at the other side.
No, we have masterminds Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You can see our faces. We also, Kevin and Phil started with this diabolical plan to spread the matrix, and I got on board with that. So
then you went and told them now too.
I know, there's that too.
That's our secret.
It is about the matrix.
Not much of it.
Spread some psychological flexibility and safety around the world, because you might show somebody
diabolical. We are.
I know.
We're very diabolical.
It's an evil plan. So yeah. All right. So I think everybody probably has clicked and scheduled a meeting.
I think they're done. Come back.
Definitely want to learn more about it. Wish I had more information to use it this week.
Well, we have
Whitney. I'll help you. I know Whitney.
Schedule a time. You can go back and watch. We have 130 maybe Crowdcast right now. You go back and watch ones that speak to you.
I think Whitney, will you be with me on Wednesday for group home stuff? I think she will. Whitney does the same thing. Yeah.
You said yes.
We do this. Yeah.
Okay.
So
we're
talking about the Matrix. Thank you, guys.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Bye now.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
See you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.